We're going to take a look at the Bioglan Daily Dose and a couple of highlights from the event. And there's been plenty. This section could go for 30 minutes. We've got Fisher and Friends. This was, I believe this was actually the first lap of this sort of heritage heats that we were running. It was the first one that I think probably got Fisher a bit excited.
Oh, my goodness. Of course it did. And he just couldn't contain himself. He wanted to be a part of this. But honestly, this afternoon turned on, and all hail Queen Stephanie Gilmore.
Absolutely.
Just dreamy barrels. I mean, Mick looks like he could have just put a jersey on and, you know, won any old CT these days. He just looked in fine form. Kelly did also, Parko, Oki, but I haven't seen a crowd like that first day for so long. It was just like, I mean, I was speaking to a few guys that were on tour back then. It feels like the good old days. There were so many people to watch all these, you know, icons of our sport.
And then, yeah, this was the second edition of this exhibition heat, which was, you know, a massive success. The fans on the beach and the opportunity it gave guys like Dingo and Fish. I reckon that board needed to be a few more litres, Rich. I reckon Fish has bulked up. Ryan Evers has got him looking like Thor. What about this layback, Rich?
Yeah, this was vintage Oki, pulling the layback tube ride on the backhand, but Parko, I think he stole our hearts in the second series of this World Champions heat. Fisher and Friends, what a great initiative.
Never get sick of looking at that drop into the barrel from Joel Parkinson. He's an absolute master at it, and no doubt George Pitter. I watched a lot of him growing up as he threaded this one here, Rich.
Yeah, well, I like what Buds was saying. You know, this guy is on everyone's radar now, and he's probably, you know, the best surfer outside the top 5 of all the Aussies at the moment. And he's not done. This kid is only just getting warmed up. He's at the start of his career, but he's got some really good weapons.
I just cannot even believe these highlights. I don't want this week to end. We've got number 3 coming right up. History was made this week, Flick. 2 perfect 10s for the women.
I know, not 1 but 2. It started with Macy behind the rock with his absolute drainer, really long barrel. It was an easy 10 in my books. I mean, and judges loved it. They want to see that progression from the women. But for me, Erin's 10 today, it was a 20. This thing was crazy. In my eyes, the best barrel of the event so far, men or women. It was long, it was aesthetically pleasing. She came out with the spit. This thing was beautiful, and she wasn't done after this barrel. We're only seeing the barrel here. She did work after this. She got to work, did some turns, and I mean, we've seen her surf like that in her clips on socials, but to put it together in a heat was another thing. I was so stoked to watch this happen and unfold.
You're right, and the big closer to finish. I mean, just at that point, your whole body would just be buzzing, and just so much excitement for the young surfer there. Didn't get to sign any babies though. Macy got the nod on her there. Number 2, Rich, Mikey Madonna taking the win. A special moment for this young man, and we said it before. You know, the whole family would be ecstatic.
Yeah, absolutely. A big breakthrough win for Mikey Madonna. He's been dreaming of this moment his whole life, his whole junior career, and he realised it on a very special day. He deserved the victory. He surfed hard. Even Sammy Pupo acknowledging it on the stage there. You know, you didn't win this thing by fluke, mate. You won this by tearing apart the walls here at Snapper Rocks. Some amazing surfing here, and you can just see by the outpouring of emotion how much it means to the young fella.
What a day for the McDonough clan and their supporters. So good. Tony's father there. Crowd surf, you beauty.
So
I know
good.
Mikey's a big fan of Paul Fisher too and his music, so he'll be down there this afternoon to celebrate. But talk us through this one, Flick. Absolute phenom. Erin Brooks gets the win here, and as we said, back-to-back. This is the first event of the year for her, and she's off to a great start.
First event of the year, off with a win. I mean, we already said it last year. She ended the year with a win. She's starting the year with a win now. Things are looking super promising. She's obviously seen people that are similar age to her. Katie Simmons getting that up onto the tour. She's going to want to be there. Things are looking good for her. And, I mean, we've seen it on her socials, but to back it up and do this kind of surfing in the competition, in the jersey, was insane. And, I'm just excited to see her on a left down in Sydney, because she was like, I was warming up at Fiji, like, you know, and I love going left more than I do right. So, holy smokes, look out, everyone in Sydney.
8 to 10 foot cloud break, no doubt.
Oh, yeah, 100% charging.
Nonetheless, so it's like, you know, she's definitely going to have a huge career, as we've noted that a few times. But, yeah, excited to see her going left next week. It's